Hello and welcome to another video from my series Quick Thoughts On, in which I talk a bit about the next episode of Star Trek Discovery, and today's episode is called The Butcher's Knife Cares Not for the Lamb's Cry. As always with all of my Discovery videos, it will be spoiler free and pretty short. It will be more of a reaction and not a review. First of all, the title. Is this the dumbest title of any Star Trek related stuff ever? I mean, it surely is one of the longest, because as far as I know, there is only the TOS episode called For the World is Hollow and I Have Touched the Sky, which has, I think, 2 letters more. The plot. I don't want to talk too much about the plot, so let's say just 2 things. One of the characters will die, and it was actually pretty funny, and they still use the demon thing from the last episode. Unfortunately, they still also use the mushroom drive. I didn't mention it in my last video because I felt like that's way too stupid to keep in the show, but no, it looks like they're going to keep it through the whole show. Hooray! Are the writers on mushrooms? Do you remember when there were actual scientists sending their notes on scripts? Now, this episode was directed by a person whose name I'm not going to even try to say, because everybody will think that I'm making fun of this person, but that's not important. What I want to talk about is the camera work, and I think it's the director's fault, but I may of course be wrong. The camera work is interesting. The annoying tilted angles are back, but for the first time I have noticed 2 quote-unquote new effects. The first one is an effect which many people call shaky cam, and no, that's not the same thing as handheld cam. Shaky cam is an effect achieved by somebody literally shaking the camera for no reason. I mean, some really, let's say, strange directors seem to think it makes the scene look more intense, but I have never seen anybody who would like it. Everybody who ever talks about it negatively. So why do some directors still use it? Does anybody like it? The second effect is even stranger. How to describe it? Well, let's say that I imagined that the camera is in the hands of a 10-year-old boy who really needs to pee but is afraid to tell it to anybody. The movement during dialogue scenes is very annoying, and actually I felt a bit dizzy sometimes in some of the scenes. Anyway, I have to say one positive thing. They started to humanize Michael. There are 2 short scenes in which Michael actually shows any human emotions except for anger. One of them is when she receives a special package, let's not say from who. The second one is when she actually feeds the quote-unquote monster. So finally, a bit of humanizing of the main character. Regarding the plot, let's say it this way. A group of people I don't like goes to rescue a group of people who I don't see or know anything about, and somehow I should be interested in what's going on. Notice I am not. Anyway, as I promised, these non-spoiler videos will be much shorter than my average videos I'm doing about the Next Generation and the original series, so let's jump straight to the rating. On my scale, where 0 is complete garbage, 10 is a masterpiece, and 5 is average, I would give this episode 1 out of 10. To me personally, this is the worst episode of Discovery so far. So far, I'm not impressed from what I've seen, and I hate that feeling. I want to like the show, but I simply can't. Do you like the show? If yes, can you write down why? I'm serious. I would really like to know what do you see in the show, what I don't see. I was surprised to read people who claimed that this was the best episode of Discovery so far. So please, I really, really hope this series will get better with time. I don't want to watch only The Orville, which surprisingly is a much better Star Trek show than the actual Star Trek show. Anyway, let me know what you think about this episode or the series so far, especially if you like it. I would really like to know why. And come back next time when I'll talk about episode 5. I hope it's good. Please let it be good.